Hey guys, and welcome. In this part we're going to start working on the notifications. So for example, if you get a friend request, someone accepts your friend request and similar, I want to show a notification here. Maybe there's also some other notifications we can add as well. For example, when we get a comment or when we get a like on one of our posts. Anyway, let's begin with setting up the database model and an app for this. So if I now go to the command line, then I can stop the web server and create a new app called Python mentioned.py start app notification and hit enter. So if I then go to Visual Studio Code where I have the code, I can find the app somewhere here. So if I then go to Visual Studio Code where I have the code, then I can open up models.py inside the notification app. Then here I want to begin by importing UUID, so we have that. And then I can import the user model, so from account.models import user. And then down here I can create the model for a notification. So class notification, pass in models.model. First I can paste in the code for the ID field, and I want to have a field for who created this. So created by equals models.foreign key user. Related name can be set to created notifications, and on delete we just add models.cascade. So if we delete the user, we also delete all of its notifications, or all the notifications connected to this user. And then I want a content field or a body field, models.text field. This is where I want to store the information about what it is and similar. So I want to have a function for generating the information that we're going to see in the notification. And then this is then who it was created by, but we need to know who it was created for as well. So created for equals models.foreign key, set the user, and the related name can be received notifications, and I just paste everything at the end there. Then I want to know when it was created, so created at equals models.date time field, and set this to auto now add equals true. And the last thing I want to add here now is a field for is read, so that we can mark it as read when you have opened the page notifications and maybe even clicked on it. So then here we say model.boolean field, default can be false. Maybe I should also add a few constants here so that I know what type of notification this is. For example, if it is a friend request, then we can store friend request in the database. If it's a post like, then we can store post like, or if it's a post comment, or we can say new friend request, and maybe we should have one for accepted. And a last one for rejected. And then I noticed here that I have a reference by for and who it was created for, but if it is a post, I would also like the ID for this. So we can add a post ID field here, equals models.integer field. No, this has to be a char field since it's probably a UU value. Okay, so we can actually have it a UU field to make it as easy as possible. And then this can be blank equals true and null equals true in case it's a friend request, then we don't have a post ID. Or if we want to make it even easier for us, we can just say post and make this a foreign key. And then the foreign key should go to the post, and the related name can be, actually we don't need a related name for this, but we can set on delete to models.cascade like that. So then I just need to import this. So from post.models import post, and then we have it here as well, and this does not need to be filled out. So then we just need to add this as well. So choices type of notification equals create a tuple, new friend request, or accepted friend request, accepted, just paste it in from there, or rejected, post like, and post comment. So I guess there are a lot of different ways we could implement notifications, but this is how I have done it previously, so that's just the way I want to do it now as well. So below the isRed we can set type of notification to models.char field. Can set the max length to be 50, and the choices to choose between is this tuple here. And I do not think we need a default here. That just has to be added, and it's then a required field. Okay, so let's update the database. Python manage.py start app. Sorry, not start app, but make migrations. No changes detected because I did a mistake. I forgot to add it to the settings list in here for the installed apps. Notification. Save. Let's go back and try again. And now you get the new model notification. Nice. Python measured by migrate. Okay, I just want to move this task up out of the roadmap so that I have it here. Create app, this is done. Set up database model, that is done, and that is done. And what should now be the next step? Well, I think I want to create a utility function inside there. Create function for creating a notification. And then I also want it possible to load notifications on the notification page. Make it possible to click a notification, mark a notification as read. So then we need to create a function for creating a notification. So I have the notification app here, and then I can create a new file called utils.py. I don't think this is good to have in the views and not one of the other files as well, so that's why I create a file called utils.py. And then here I can import the notification model, so from .models import notification, and then I just create a function def create notification. And then I want to check here what type of notification we are creating. Based on that, I can understand what we are going to put into the body. So I can copy these fields just so that I have them here. So it's a little bit easier to keep track of everything. So the ID can just be removed from here, and also the isRed. And the created at will also be added automatically, but these 5 fields here needs to be added manually by me. So here I can say notification equals notification.objects.create. And then this is then definitely created by the request.user equals request.user. And then you see here, this is missing now. So what I can do then is to up here say created for, and then just replace it down here like that. Or maybe it's just best to get the request parameter here and just still use request.user. So that means that now I can remove this field as well. And then I need to start figuring out how to handle these here. So the type of notification should come in a post. Okay, so let's begin with the type of notification. If I add that here as a parameter, then I can set here type of notification equals type of notification. So the way we are going to call this function will now be create notification, passing the request parameter, and this, which will be a string, for example, post like. And then I can down here say if type of notification equals post like, then I know that the body will be something like pass in the user here, request.user.name liked, sorry, this should go out here, liked one of your posts. And then this is now the body for this one. Elif type of notification equals post comment. Then the body will be very similar. You can just say commented on one of your posts. Or if it is Elif type of notification is new friend request, then the body should be the name of that, want or sent you a friend request. And then we can say here if type of notification is accepted friend request, then this is of course the one who accepts or denied. Then I can say accepted your friend request, or if it's rejected, then we can say rejected your friend request, accepted, like that. So now we have all of the different types here. That means that down here I can now say body equals body, and the body we get from one of these. So let's remove this one now to move this up, so I have it more or less like the same ordering as down here. Type of notification is also added, and then we need to figure out how we're going to get these two fields here. If it is a post like, then we should get the ID from somewhere up here. So we can say post ID equals null or none, so it's defaulted to none, which means that then I think I can say down here post equals post ID, or post ID equals post ID, because you can set directly the post ID and not refer to the post itself. And then last but not least, it's the created for. So then we know who the owner of the post is. So here I can say created for equals none, just so I have it there. Created for equals, I think here I can say post equals post.objects.get pk equals post ID. And then I just need this model as well, so from post.models import post. Here we need to pass in something, for example, one of the UUIDs, which looks similar to this at least, like that. Created for will then be post.created_by, that's the owner of the post which this user now has liked. And the same thing down here. And then we have the friend request. Let me pass that in here. Friend request ID equals none. So that means that down here I can say friend request equals friend request. Let me import this model as well. From account.models import friendship request. .objects.get pk equals friendship request ID. And then I can just say that created for equals friendship request not created by. Just need to check it out what I had there. Account. This is then created for. So if I just copy this for this and this, then I can down here say created for equals created for. So that means that now the notification should be created. You also need one more here at the end there. So this doesn't look very good, so I will have to clean it up a little bit, but at least we can now test it. So here we can then say return notification, just so that we have done something here. So now it's time to use this. Let's begin by testing it for a post like. So if I open up api.py inside the post app, we can import the function we just created. From notification.utils import create notification. And this is then used like this. So if I scroll down at the post list, post data, post create, no, post like. Then here I can call this and say notification equals create notification. This is a post like, and we pass in the request parameter. Now this is then the value for the post ID. So here I just want to say post.id, which refers to this one, or I could just pass in post or pk. Then it's the friendship request ID that can just be null now, so we don't have to have it there like that. Then think if I say post ID equals, just to make sure that I point to this one. Let's try this one now. Go back and refresh. There is something wrong. I have not run the server. Refresh. Okay, there is something wrong. I'm unauthorized. Let me try to log in. So that worked. So there is no errors now. Let me try to like this post. 1. Go back here. There is nothing. If I refresh, it still has 1 likes, which means that liking at least is still working. Let me try to see if it exists. So Python mentioned by shell from notification.models import notification. Notifications equals notification.objects.all. Then you can just print from here. Then you can see here that we have 1 notification object. So .first body coded Stein liked one of your posts. Nice. Or I can see which post ID this is. I can see created by, which should refer to the user that I'm logged in with. Nice. So that means that this is looking like it's working. So for now we can set this to done. and then we want to load the notifications on the notification page. Before I continue, I just want to say thanks to all of my patrons. If you too want to support me, you will find a link in the description below. Let's begin by setting up the serializer for this. So I just want to make a copy of this, just so that I have something I can work with. Go to notification app and create a new file, serializers.py, and paste. So here I want to import the notification, of course. The model I want to use is notification, and I want this to be a notification serializer. The fields I want to get here is ID, and I want to get the body. For now, that's enough. I know that I want more of these fields, for example, who created it and similar, but for now it can just be like it is. And then we can create a new API file, api.py. From .serializers import notification serializer, and from .models import notification. Then I just need to go to the API here and import the Django JSON response and the decorators from the REST framework. Paste it in like this. Then we can create the view. So at API view, there should just be a get view. Def notifications equals, pass in the request parameter. And then here I want to get all of the notifications that belongs to me. So that means that I should be able to use the received notifications. So receive notifications equals notification dot not that, but request dot user dot receive notifications dot filter is red equals false, because I don't want to get the ones that is red. So then I can say serializer equals notification serializer, pass in these objects that we got from the database, and then say many equals true, because this is a list of objects we want. Then we can say return JSON response and just say serializer.data save equals false. So that's everything we need there for now. Then we just need a urls.py file, urls.py from Django.urls import path, and we can import the API views from .import API and URL patterns list path, and when this is empty I want to use API.notifications, set the name to notifications and save. Last step then for the backend is to open up the main urls.py file in the way backend and take one of these notifications and point to the correct one, which is notification.urls. So when the address is API/notifications, we will be using this view to trigger the view we just created here, which will return this data. Okay, so then we have done everything we need in the backend for now. So let's find the front end and create a new view. Don't think we have anything for this. No. So notifications view.view. Here we can just add the template tag with some information inside so that we can add it to the router and test that it is working. Paste it, notifications, name notifications, and we want to use the notifications view. And if I scroll up, we just need to import this notification view from /views/notificationsview.view. Okay, So if I now open up the app.view, we can add this up here. That's the last one here. So router link to /notifications, and close the link correctly like that, remove it there. So if I now go back and refresh, the server is not running, which means that I need to log in again. Okay, so if I click here now, you can see this text that I added there. Okay, so the next step then is to set up this script for pulling the notifications. So we can set the script. First we can import Axios from Axios and set the export default name notifications. Then we can set up the data array, return notifications, which can be an empty list. And when we are mounting this, we should just call this.get notifications. Then we can create that view or method in the methods list. Get notifications. And in here we want to call or use Axios. So axios.get /API/notifications/. Then we will get the response back from the backend. We can say console.log response. So we can take a look at this response.data. And if there are an error, we just say catch error, fat arrow function, console.log error and error. So now if I go back here and refresh, you can see down here that I actually got one notification. You can see the ID and the body of it. Perfect. So then I want to show it here somehow. So I don't have a design for these. So let's just try to make something quick. I think that I can copy a little bit from the feed view. If I scroll up, I can take this one and I can take this one. And actually let me copy everything down to here. And then in here I paste it and close this div. And I do not need this form, so that can just be taken away firstly. And here, instead of saying for post in post, I say notification in notifications. And I want to use the notification.id. I don't have a feed item, but let me just add some text here to see that the loop is working. That did not seem to be working, no, because you need to say this.notifications equals response.data. So then we get one notification here. Great. So then in there we can show the body. For example, notification.body. Then you can see here that Stein liked one of your posts. Here I want a button so I can click that to be sent to this specific post. I can set a template tag here, template v-if notification dot, then I want to check what type of notification it is. So if it's a post like or a post comment equals post like, or notification dot type of notification equals post comment. Then I want to show a specific button, router link to, let me just take it to the front page right now. Actually, when I think about it, I don't want to use a router link here. Here I want to use a button at click, read notification, pass in the notification.id. Oops, typo, like that. And then go to post. So then I can create this function very quickly. Down in the methods, we set this below the get notifications. Here we just pass in the ID. Console.log read notification. Sorry, this was supposed to be a string, and ID. Okay, so what I want to use this function for is to tell the backend that I have read this notification, and when that is done, I want to redirect the user to the post or the friends page. So then I think I can save this, go back, refresh. No, I don't have this inside the serializer, so let's add it like that. Refresh. Hope that should do it. Type of notification is post underscore like. Okay, let me just rename this to underscores, just so that everything is okay. But why was it stored like that? Open up the API pie here. Post like. Yes, that's why it was stored like this and not without the underscore, but that's okay. We can have with, just so it's a little bit easier actually also to see it here, what I mean. So then I can go back here again and rename to post underscore like, post underscore comment, save, refresh, and it's still not working. Type of notification, post like, then you have this go to post. You can add a class underline, just so it's easy to see that this is a link. And if I click this now, you will see down in the corner here, read notification, and then the ID of this notification. So then we can do one more check. Just copy this. Actually, we can pass in the notification itself to that function. Notification, and say notification.id. Then if the notification type of notification is one of these two, then I know that I want to redirect the user to a post page. Redirect to post page. Else, then I know that it is a friend request related things, so then redirect to friends page. Okay, so then I can do one more thing in the back end. And that is to create the view for reading a notification. So at API view, set this to post def read notification request. And then we need to get the notification based on the ID we are putting in here. So notification equals notification.objects.get primary key equals primary key. If this is also created for you, so filter created for equals request.user, so that you can't put anyone else's notification as read. Notification.isRead equals true, and notification.save. Then we can just return a very simple message. Notification read. Okay, so let's import this to the urls.py file inside the notification app. Path read, and then in here we can pass in UUID called primary key. Then we want to call the API.read notification and set the name to read notification. So now we have a way of setting notification as marked as read, which means that when we call this function again, we won't get it one more time to show it in the front end. So that's good. So that means that I just need to tell the backend about this. So if I go to the notification view, then here I want to say it. So axios.post/API/notifications/read and then the ID. I think this was correct. Read and then the ID. Then I just use the $ curly brace notification.id. Remember the slash at the end there, and replace these with backticks so that we can use variables inside here. Just copy these lines from up here, and we can just console log the data. So if there is an error, I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do this before this is finished. And to do that, we can set this function to be async for asynchronous, and we want to wait for this to finish before we continue going down here. Or I can actually just take it from there, paste it in there. Then I definitely know that we won't redirect us to the correct page before this. So let me try to refresh. Click that one. Then we can say notification read. It was posted there, and if I refresh now, it's gone from here. Nice. So then it's just a matter of fixing the redirect. So to redirect to the post page, we can say this.router.push, and here we want to go to the route called, I need to find this, just open up the router file. Here we want to go to this one, post view, where we pass in an ID. So then we need to set the params ID, and here we say notification.post_ID. And this is still not available, so in the serializer we need to add the post ID here. Save. So that means that now this should work. Next is the redirect for the friends. So this.router.push. Name for this one is friends. There we need to pass in an ID as well. And this should be found inside the notification dot created by ID. This is also not available in the serializer, so let's add it there and save. So I think that I can test this one more time now. Go here and click like. Okay, I have already liked that, so let me like this. Go to notification and then have this one. So when I click this, I should hopefully be sent to that specific post. Yes, that is working. Perfect. So now I have a way of clicking those as well. So what we need to do then is to find the post view. No, sorry, not the post view, but the API file in the post here, where we create notification for the post like. We need to do the same thing down here for the comment. Post, comment, and save. So if I now just copy this, we can do the same thing in api.py for the account. First we can import that function we created. So from notification.utils import create notification, and then we can find where we create send friendship request. Down here we can say new friendship request. I think that was what we called it. No, just new friend request. Here we do not use the post ID. If you remember, here we pass in the friend request ID. So let me go back here, paste it like that, and then we can here say friend request equals, and then we say ID like that. This, sorry, is this one, and then we pass in the friend request.id, which is just created up here. So if I scroll down, you can see here this is where we accept a friend request. Copy this one, then we can add this at the bottom, and instead of sorry, this was supposed to be new underscore friend request, so rename it here, here, and here. There, accepted friend request. I just want to see that in the models we have the same name there. Accepted friend request, perfect. Okay, so back here now I can pass in that accepted friend request, and friendship request.id is the one we are posting in there. So refresh now, and then go to the search for Stein. Who am I logged in with now? I'm logged in with code with Stein. I don't think I'm a friend with Mr. John Doe, so send friendship request. And then hopefully if I can go and log in with him, just log out, johndoe@gmail.com. Then on the notification page, code with Stein sent you a friend request. That's perfect. So if I then can go to the notifications view, then I want to have a similar button here as we had on the other way. So let me just copy, paste. Here I can just say v-else. I could just use the same buttons and say read more instead, actually. So then I don't have to use this test or similar. So save now. Then if I click this now, I should hopefully be sent to the friend request page. Yes, so you can see here. There was supposed to be a friend request. Okay, no, I was sent to the wrong place now. Okay, so now the notification is gone, of course. I should be sent to my own friend page, of course. So instead of saying this, I can actually just say created for ID. So copy this, go to the serializer for the notification and replace it like that. So that's actually everything I need. Maybe I should show information here now that you don't have any notifications. So if notification.length, and then I can copy one of these, else. You don't have any unread notifications. Okay, great. So now if I go to the to-do list, I can set this to done, this to done, this to done, and this to done, and now we have notifications in our app. Perfect. And that was it for today's part. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please hit like below. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will answer as soon as I can. See you in the next video.